Welcome to Granny Shift, and I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And this is minute 96 of the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Third to last minute of the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Third to last?
Third
that means
to
there's
last.
three? I'm trying to want Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so the Tokyo Drift music started playing last minute, and it makes a lot of sense now because they're literally trying to take us back to that garage car scene where it first played early on in the movie, because that's exactly where we are now, except 3 weeks or possibly 3 years later. We're not really sure.
Just don't know.
But it's a car show. We get a, what is that, RX-8 with some Lambo doors on it.
Girl in her nightie is feeling it up.
Yeah, I mean, the girls are dressed to the ones.
Yeah, like the nines is like the best you can dress.
Like a nice gown.
Right, they're dressed.
These girls have like strips of cloth.
Yes. Like, I didn't mean to pause it there.
We got a nice SR20 engine here with a big top mount turbo on it.
Look how everything's matchy-matchy. With the blue lights underneath and the...
I like, they also put, on that engine, you can see they put a little shock absorber. Like, because the engine has to move, but it's to like stabilize it, I guess.
Oh, really?
So there's like a shock, so it can't like shake too fast.
Oh.
But most people just put like
engine
solid
mounts?
engine mounts in. But it's cool looking because you can put a blue and chrome one in. It's a bunch of cool cars, cage cars, and
it's like we've seen this before.
Yeah, twink stealing shoes.
Yeah,
just kind of a weird scene. A bunch of girls trying to hand them money.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Girl's got her underwear sticking out.
Yeah, she don't care none.
Her leg is propped up. Oh, she's trying to get a deal.
Most of her upper body out.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to get deals.
Yeah, like he just has like, he's holding shoes, and then he's got like a handful of cash.
Why are these women trying to buy men's shoes?
He must have like really good deals. Or you think they just think he's cute?
No.
Like, oh, is my own twink? He's so cute.
No, I think they're shoe fanatics.
If I show him my underwear, he'll give me a better deal.
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
If she showed me her underwear?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I like underwear. If she didn't have underwear on, man, no deal.
Ew, that's disgusting. Hygiene, right?
Yeah.
So we get lots of like up closes of cars. It would be so fun to be at this get together.
Warm.
Ezra Brooks.
Brooks is tough.
Is
it's
it
tough?
You gotta swish it around. It's like mouthwash.
Yeah.
Look at that skirt. Like that's absolutely ridiculous.
Pearl Jam.
It's crazy.
I mean, from top to bottom, the skirt is what do you say, 10 inches?
Yeah.
It's good. Asians have small butts. Oh, look at this car. This is a cool S13 coupe here. Rockstar Energy. This looks like a pro drift car or something.
It does.
Cool livery on it. And anyhow,
it'd be interesting to see if there's Easter eggs that we don't know about in this. About like, oh, this is so-and-so's car. This is so-and-so's car.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah, like famous
like we don't know the drift
cars
well enough. But
do you think it was like in the U.S. where they're like, all right, we need a bunch of, like, literally for the second movie where they had all those cars come out of the garage? Was that the second movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just called a bunch of tuners and had people sign up, and you could bring your car and have it in the movie. Because there's a bunch. I've seen a bunch.
Did we confirm that?
I've seen people post about that on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They're like, my car's in the movie here, and yeah.
All right, so then we see Sean hanging out with Neela and DK.
She's dressed rather normally and has pretty normal hair.
Yeah, it's because she's a main character.
Yeah.
And Twink is coming up saying, "Yo, Sean, yo, Sean, yo, Sean," and Sean is happy to see him. Look at how happy he is. You see him this happy the whole movie?
He just has joy. You can see the joy in his eyes.
And Neela's happy. They're all smiling. Like, yay, Takashi's in the hospital.
How long do you think he's been dead for?
He's not dead.
Han.
Oh, Han. Oh.
Oh, true. True. Okay.
I didn't even mean
Han's
that,
car accident. How long ago?
6 months.
6 months. So they fixed the Mustang back up and it's at the car show again? Do you think they were like, okay, well, there's a dent on the side of this Mustang. Time to build an entire new car. Right?
Yeah, that's how it works. No, I don't know. Maybe it's like one of those things where we built the Mustang just for this occasion. It served its purpose.
Retire it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it back to my dad in the same state we took it.
Here you go, Dad.
How would you feel about like if you had a years long project and you gave it to your son.
Your son shows up from America as a troublemaker, gets into a bunch of trouble. You donate your car to him, and he wrecks it.
Yeah.
I'd have a problem with that.
And he finishes your build. There's something so satisfying.
Rushes
I
it, too.
did this.
You're taking your time.
Right.
And he rushes it and throws all these Japanese parts on it.
Right. And it's a hobby for him, and it's a stress reliever probably. He goes out there and he works on it, and
I don't like
now
those
he doesn't have that anymore.
Those projects for me need to happen pretty quickly, and I need to see
you need that quick gratification.
I did a lot of work to my drift car, but I was able to drive it the whole time.
Right.
I had a lot of friends that built a drift car, and it never made it to a drift event because it was it's hard to have motivation to work on something you can't drive. I could install suspension in a weekend and then drive it the next week and be
right.
Oh, it feels different,
Right.
Instead of people built full-on race cars out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I just did one mod at a time. I feel like it was a much better way to do it.
What about Stauffer? Did he finish his yet?
The hot rod?
Yeah, like a rat. He's got a pickup.
The Skyline.
Is it a pickup?
He sold his Skyline. Yeah, he's a pickup rat rod. He did finish it and was driving it around. He had Ocean City, Maryland and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think he took it apart again to put a different engine or something. I don't know. That thing's pretty wild.
Okay, so Twink has some news.
Oh, yes.
So, Sean hasn't been on the scene long enough as the new DK to not be called the new DK anymore.
Okay, true.
So that does give us a little bit of time.
Okay. So I'd say 3 weeks.
Yeah, he said this dude over here says he wants to race the new DK.
Oh.
Almost like he raced the old DK.
Okay, interesting. Or he knows there's a DK and he knows there's a new one.
Right.
And he said, heard he's been beating everyone around Asia, too.
Yeah,
all right. Well, keep going here.
This is so annoying.
I got things to say about this. He says, not tonight, Twinkie. Do you think he likes being called Twinkie?
I think so. It's his nickname.
I think people call him Twink.
That's because that's short for Twinkie.
Okay. And then he said he knew Han. Okay, so we know this is Dominic Toretto. It's the only part of the movie I remembered.
Do. We know it.
We know that.
But the first time we saw this, we didn't
After
know that.
hearing this, I'm sure they had the whole series written out, at least somewhat ahead of time. Oh, wait, there's one more line that supports my theory here.
Yeah.
So Sean slowly turns. After hearing him says he knows Han, Sean's like, oh, slowly turns. And then Twink said Han was family. No, Sean's like, oh, man, I got to race him. All right, so.
I think he's just interested to know, who was this guy that knew Han was family?
It would not make sense, though, to randomly have Dom show up, say Han was family, and that he's been racing around Asia, and what was the other thing?
Yeah, I think you just they're trying to connect the movies now. They're just trying to connect the movies. I don't think they were
setting up the next movie.
You think so?
Yeah, but how else would say Han was family? That requires a story.
Yeah.
How would him and Han have known each other? But it makes perfect sense for what happened.
Right.
Did they do anything in Asia where he would have been racing around? Probably, right? They're all over the world.
Yeah, I think that he was looking for Han's connections in Asia. So he's been stopping all over Asia, trying to find who knows Han.
So I think they probably had an idea that they might have another movie down the road, and they might need to link it. So they're like, we'll put this in here so we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the first one that Justin Lin directed. And then he directed them all up to 8 or 9. I forget which was the last one he did. I think 8 was the last one he did. But he's not doing them anymore. So it would make sense he keeps them all together. It's good to have the same director.
It would be curious to know how much they write out, though.
Yeah.
And plan. And I wonder how often they put things in movies and shows in case, and then they don't end up using it.
Right.
Just so they can refer back. It always blows my mind when they refer back to old shows, and you're like, oh, my word, they knew this 5 years ago. They're going to make this movie today?
Yeah. I think they just do a lot of those things we could leave this open and do this, or we could connect it here, or we could just not do anything with that and see are people really going to like Han or not? And if they do, then we'll make more about him, and I don't know.
True. All right.
That's the end of minute 96.
Yeah. Let's finish this movie up. We got 2 more minutes.
All right.
So keep listening, folks.
Yes. And don't forget to join our Patreon for awesome benefits. Join our Discord for giveaways.
And announcements.
And if you like the show, leave a 5-star review. Doesn't take much time.
And if you join our Patreon, you come to our movie night coming up here very shortly.
Yeah.
It's going to be a blast. We're going to watch this movie start to finish.
Yeah, and we don't have to commentate on every little thing.
Thank goodness.
It'll be nice. Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember,
winning's winning.